Hello students, I am Dr. Meenakshi Maur, Assistant Professor, Zoology, Sri Savlaji Government College, Manfia, Chittorgarh. Today my topic is Theory of Spontaneous Generation. Theory of Spontaneous Generation says that life originated from non-life. It is also known as theory of creation, spontaneous creation. It is also known as autobiogenesis or it is also known as abiogenesis. It says life originated abiogenetically from non-living, decaying and rotting matter like straw, mud, etc. by spontaneous generation about 3.5 million years ago. This theory was first given by a Greek philosopher whose name was Aristotle. He proposed that the worms, insects, fish, and even mice can be developed from soil and filth. And the tapeworm can be developed from excreta of animals, and crabs and salamanders can be developed from earth and slime. He was the earliest scholar who articulated the theory of spontaneous generation. So, according to Aristotle, life can arise from non living matter. One more scientist that was von Helmont. His full name was Jan Baptista von Helmont. He proposed that mice could arise from rags and wheat kernels, which are left out in an open container for 3 weeks. Uh, but in reality, such habitat only provided ideal food sources and shelter for mouse population to flourish. He also proposed that both sexes of mice can be developed when human sweat and wheat are kept together for 21 days. So, these theory proposed the formation of insects from dew and frog and toads can be formed from muddy bottom of ponds, or butterfly can be developed from cheese and maggots from decaying meat. But this theory of spontaneous generation or abiogenesis then was experimentally rejected by three more philosopher or scientist or physician who were Francisco Redi, Lazzaro Spallanzani, and Louis Pasteur. They all rejected abiogenesis and they supported biogenesis, that is omni vivit ex vivo. It means life arises from pre existing life only. So, the idea of spontaneous generation came to an end with the experiment of Francisco Redi. Francisco Redi was an Italian physician. He performed an experiment in 1668. As per Redi, maggots, that is the larva of flies, spontaneously generate on meat left out in the open air. Actually, he placed the meat or flesh in 3 jars. Um, in sorry, 6 jars. 2 jars were covered with a parchment. So this is with parchment. Uh, this is parchment, and two were covered with muslin. So this is a muslin cloth, and two were left open. I'm taking 3 jars only because there's no need to show other 3 jars. So you have to assume that there are 2 jars of each type. Means it is open, it is with parchment, and it is with muslin cloth. Then he observed that maggots developed in uncovered jar through the flies visited other jars. So flies entered only the open jar and they laid eggs, which then produced larvae. So it is also can be said as it is a cork sealed container, or you can also assume that it is covered with parchment. So in cork sealed container there were no formation of maggots. But the jar which were covered with parchment, there also no formation of maggots in meat were observed. So this confirms that maggots arise from eggs and not from decaying meat. So this hypothesis was supported when maggots developed in the uncovered jar, but no maggots appeared in either the uh, muslin cloth covered or gas covered or tightly sealed jar, which may be covered with a parchment or the cork. So he concluded that maggots could only form when flies were allowed to lay eggs in the meat, and the maggots were the offspring of the flies, not the product of spontaneous generation. So this is about Reddy's experiment. Then Lazaro Splangeni experiment. According to Lazaro, microbes come from the air, and if they come into the water, and when we boil the water, boiling will kill microorganisms. He put broth into flask, this type of flask, and observed the growth of microbes. So when flask was left open, broth turned cloudy, and you can say microbes were found in that. So here, but when flask was sealed and broth turned again cloudy and microbes were found. But when flask was boiled and then left open, again broth turned cloudy and microbes were formed. But when flask was boiled and then sealed, it will not turn into cloudy form, and because and microbes were not found. So here, when flask was boiled and then left open, then broth turned cloudy because of the growth of microbes in it. But when flask was boiled and then sealed, flask is sealed, it will not turn cloudy because microbes not found. But again, when it open, when we keep it open, then there will be microbes. So he says that um, uh, uh, boiling can kill microorganisms, but if we do not boil, then microbes can come from the air. Then Louis Pasteur experiment. In 1859, a French scientist, that is Louis Pasteur, he performed a very famous swan neck flask experiment. Actually, he designed a series of flasks with the neck bent into S shape. This is S shape. The necks were fashioned so that fresh air could not reach the flask, but were bent in such a way that any bone microbes could be trapped at the bottom of the curves. So here. Then Pasteur boiled the broth inside the flask, and no microbes or bacteria found in the broth for many months. When eventually the top was removed from the flask and left it off, the liquid to be teeming with microorganisms or bacteria, which were reported within a few days only. So, by this experiment, he proved that the microbes from which life arises are present within the air and they are not generated spontaneously. In 1864, Pasteur articulated omni vivum ex vivo, which I discussed earlier, that is, the life only comes from life. He also stated that life is a germ and a germ is a life. So, theory of spontaneous generation, it says abiogenesis, that is a life from non-life, and it was supported by Aristotle and von Helmont. Then, but it was disproved by uh, Francisco Redi, Lazaro Splangeni, and Louis Pasteur. They all rejected abiogenesis and they supported biogenesis, that is omni vivid ex vivo. It was Reddy's experiment where he took six containers. One was left open, and the second was covered with the parchment or the cork, and the third one was the covered with the gauze or by muslin cloth. So he found that maggots formed in only the open container, but they were not formed in cork sealed container or parchment sealed container or gauge covered or muslin covered container. Then Lazarus Plangini, he proved that microbes come from the air only, and if we boil the broth, all the microorganisms will be killed. Louis Pasteur experiment, that is a swan neck flask experiment. He proved that the microbes from which life arises are present within the air and they are not generated spontaneously. So spontaneous generation theory was rejected on the basis that it did not answer about the mode of the formation of first life form. Thank you.